the society has updated and had a refresh of their strategic plan, and so at the same time, the committees and the GPAC committee updated our plans as well. And we just made sure we were doing things more specific to what the goals were of the new strategic update for ASHG. And so what's really exciting is we've added some very specific things and partnerships to make sure that we can be as effective as we can in advocacy. We have a lot of outreach efforts with, again, we have partner societies, coalitions that we're involved in, that we're members of. And so again, for broad issues that are important for advocacy in general, we then can band together and have a much bigger group to move forward. But specifically for advocacy issues for genetics and genomics, we have a strong partner with NHGRI. Really importantly now, we're going to have to make sure we have bipartisan engagement, which we always try to do, no matter what's happening in Washington.
I think it's great that the ASHG has the Professional Practice and Social Implications Committee. There's a lot of science happening here. We're probably the largest group of geneticists in terms of industry, academic, and also genetic counselors in the community. And so we're really going to be driving the science of the future. And so I think it's important that we think about not just the impact of the science, but also the societal impact and benefits of the work that we're doing here. One of the things that we're going to look at is the larger biobanks that have been developed that are now starting to return results to patients or consumers. So there's some real ethical issues about how we deploy that. There's a lot of concern around sort of medical misinformation and the misinterpretation of science. And so we're actually pretty involved in trying to figure out how we can better message to the public to make sure that they're as informed as possible. And then as more clinical trials start to develop, it's really important that those trials are available and feel inclusive and equitable to the entire population and not just subsets that might traditionally gravitate to those trials historically.
One of the things that's very important is we have an advocacy training group that lasts a year, and we have cohorts of about 10 or 12 ASHG members that want to learn more about advocacy. And we've done that for the last 4 or 5 years, but we've done it again this year. What's really interesting is some of our graduates of that program helped us do a webinar, how to be an advocate. How do you do that? And because a lot of people don't really know what goes into it.
I think it's really important for those of us who do research to think about the impact beyond the abstract or the presentation we have at meetings like this. And so if you want to participate in advocacy, there's lots of opportunities to do that, to really help learn to take the science outside of the narrow focus we sometimes have and really communicate it to our stakeholders, patients, politicians, the community, and really make sure that the science has the biggest impact possible.